It's Tuesday, October 21st, 2014, Robert. This is Top Game.
Oh,
this is
Top
Game. Yeah, this is it.
We're
right
in.
now.
We're live.
We're live. We're hot. We're live. Okay. It's been, what, 3 weeks?
2 weeks.
2 weeks?
We've had
6 days.
some mishaps.
Yeah, some mishaps.
Someone had to go to Vegas.
Someone had to go to Vegas and
yeah.
then school. What up with school?
Who goes to school?
No, I have class every Thursday. It's for my job and stuff like that. I have 4 more weeks left every Thursday. It's in
But it
Westmont.
happened on a Tuesday.
What's that?
No, I don't know what happened. We just haven't been here for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I came back from Vegas.
Something happened.
Came back from Vegas on Wednesday night at like midnight while flying into Milwaukee Airport. That was a lot of fun. I didn't win jack crap, but my parents, they won like a couple grand.
Which means you won a
Free
fourth of that.
steak dinners.
Which means, yeah, I got a few good steak meals out of it thanks to Mommy. But other than that, I've been
What was the
playing.
best thing in Vegas? I mean, when I went, I had a
You
terrible
can't
time.
talk about it.
Oh no, no. Because it
Why,
sucks so
wait,
bad.
hold on. Why did you have a terrible time in Vegas?
Because
I have a blast every time
I
go.
don't like spending money.
Oh, then, yeah, no, okay.
Yeah, no, Bob, Vegas is like a nightmare for Bob.
It's like the
Oh, my
last.
God.
Wait,
Like, what do you want from me?
the colors, the brights, and the bright lights.
Vegas just seems like a whole show, like a whole fake town.
Except for, did a woman come up to you and ask for sex or prostitution?
Ask for
No.
the sex? Did she ask
That
for
happened to
the
me.
sex?
I was there one night.
Really?
Yeah.
See,
Did you do it?
No.
They didn't do it because I was
Gross.
with my girlfriend, so they were like being a little. They were being.
But you
respectful.
saw them, right?
You saw them. They
Not
exist.
really. I didn't really see a whole lot of like prostitutes out there. But when I went the first time, I saw a lot, and I was with my 2 like guy friends, and you know they just see that and they think like
They just know when
yeah.
to come out and when to hide.
Well,
exactly.
the only thing I'd say in Vegas.
See, I have a good time in Vegas.
Well, it wasn't okay. It wasn't that bad. I just hated the hangover and 105-degree weather when I woke up the next morning to leave. So maybe
no wonder.
maybe bad context. However, no, but the prostitutes, they were just like in normal clothes. They looked like college kids or something. And then we were with 3 buddies of mine, and they're like going like this to point at us,
Yeah,
and they're like, "Hey!" And they're all excited. And I'm
yeah,
like,
no, TV shows aren't really accurate with how they dress. They don't really dress like that.
No, and she
They
came
dress
over-
very casual. You're
Yeah,
like,
it was,
oh, what?
It
What?
was, yeah, that's not what I expect. And they asked, and then we're like, "Oh, what do you guys do?" She's like, "I want to pay for college." I'm like, "Okay."
Yeah, then you're in the room and you're like, wait, we're paying for this?
Oh no.
No, I mean I had a really good time, and then I got back. The night before I left, Chris convinced me. He's like, "Dude, you gotta buy Mortar.
Shadows of Mordor. You played it?
No, I bought it. Yeah, no,
Went
I
and bought it and beat it?
no, I'm about like
Sold
8
it, traded?
hours. I'm about 8 hours
kept
deep, and like I'm really enjoying it and stuff like that, and I'm having a good time with it.
You want to discuss Shadow of Mordor since it's our topic?
No, what have you guys been playing?
Well,
Rich has been.
well,
Rich
we've
has
played
been
it.
Evil
It's-
Within.
I've been
You
playing
guys
Evil
been into
Within,
Halloween mode.
Alien Isolation. I
actually
played a little bit of
just watched
Mordor.
Alien. I
some
just watched
Dust.
Alien yesterday.
I beat Mordor, so we can talk about that later. I beat Dust since we've been gone.
I like Dust so far.
I'm chapter 11, Evil Within, and
How many chapters are there? 15?
there's 15. I never look up how long a game is. That game is so stressing me out. I just can't wait. It's done. Can't wait till it's done for me. It's that
See,
bad.
that's a game like I would like to try to platinum, but I know I'll just be too stressed out to
Well,
That's not a game you play.
No, the hardcore.
Yeah,
Yeah, I guess
ugh.
I believe you have to beat the hardest difficulty, and if you get touched in that game on the hardest difficulty, you're dead.
I mean,
like you die.
I don't know.
That's when I just watch YouTube videos of walkthroughs through that hard.
I can't get
difficulty.
behind the whole platinum thing with some games just because
Can't get-
Some games, I agree with that. I agree
it
with
gets
that.
repetitive and it kind of takes away from what the game is about. You know what I mean?
It was like that with Last of Us because it was like you have to. I'm not gonna get into it, but
Oh, you're gonna
anyways.
bring up Last of Us again?
No,
That's so
God
rare
damn it.
on this show.
No, but I don't know. I don't think we've ever talked about it, but I know we talked about it. Me and Rich just like last week. We were talking about platinum games and like you're gonna platinum it. I'm like, no, there's no point. And he's like, we should.
Dude,
if you platinum
collect
a game,
all 5,000
no,
stickers.
No, but if you should platinum a game, next game comes out, you should like get like 25% off, just something. You know,
Well,
like hey,
yeah.
I
I-
spent so many hours in this game. Give me
Yeah,
something.
I heard that Mordor is an easy platinum. I also heard Second Son is an easy platinum.
Oh, yeah,
Which, by the
probably.
way, Second Son, I reactivated my subscription to GameFly, and
They
I
write
got
movies.
I got Second Son in.
You can get movies now. Do you see that? GameFly gets movies.
I was just focused on the PS4.
I know. I'm just
games.
saying. I just saw it.
I'm gonna have to look at that though. But I got Second Son waiting for me to just get played.
It's a good game.
It is a good game. Fun. Very fun.
Doesn't stress you out.
Ending is a little like the last power you get's a little weak in my opinion.
Oh yeah.
Isn't it just like-
stories?
It doesn't seem fleshed out.
No.
Well, we won't spoil it for you.
Nah, that's fine. That's fine. I'm gonna platinum.
It's
both of
way
those.
too old.
But I'm really enjoying Mortar. Like Chris said, it was like, oh man, it's better than Batman. I have to disagree, but I think it is very accurate. It's just a little slow, a little clunky. Like the controls are a little bit clunky and stuff like that, and the camera angles and stuff like that. But I think it's very like when I need to like counter, it'll counter. When I need to attack and I need it to do what it needs to do, like it'll do what it needs to do. It won't like miss. Like, oh, I pressed counter and it didn't counter, motherfucker. You know.
Sometimes
what I
that will happen in Batman. You hit counter and it doesn't counter.
mean? It's true.
Yeah, so
I feel like the combat in Mordor is more satisfying than Arkham.
yeah.
Like
Maybe-
the executions and stuff.
Wait, you get to
Yes.
cut someone's head off. I mean, you don't get
just-
to do that in Batman. So.
Yeah, it just feels more, I guess,
Is that
And then the
realistic.
rewarding?
and the
too,
blink
because
strike.
And the what?
Have you gotten the Shadow Strike yet? The Blink Strike? I think once you get that move, you're...
Isn't that where you click L3, R3 together or something
No,
like that?
no. You hold down the bow and then you hit like X or triangle and you'll teleport immediately to an enemy and you'll either assassinate him, depending on what you press, or just knock him down. And you can go so far away. It is awesome.
I'm only on my second tier of like abilities.
I don't think you have it. You have to play through a certain amount of story missions to
Yeah.
unlock it. I don't think you have it
Yeah,
yet.
no, it's a story.
It's just promoted Ratbag to War Chief.
Okay,
Okay.
yeah, you're getting close, but you don't have it yet. Once you get that move, though, oh man.
I wonder
Yeah.
what I have to do in order to get that game platinum because I did a lot. I feel like
There's a lot of
I
trophies.
got to level
man.
30. I got all the souvenirs. I got my power people
Dude,
up.
Bob, you and I are close to trophies, man. I gotta up my ante, dude.
Oh
I gotta
wow!
up my game.
The funny thing is,
You
I
got
don't.
13-11 last time I checked, and I have like 13-22.
Wow.
But I have 4 platinums. Woo!
Nice. I don't get platinums.
No.
Also, I have an Xbox.
Rich, all he cares about is his fucking
game.
self, dude.
There are
I
also
don't-
so many games that I played for PC that I didn't have linked to my Steam account. So it's like,
yeah.
I'm not. I don't even care about. Like if I get a trophy, I'm like, oh look at that. That's all I feel about it. I'm like, oh, I did something trophy worthy.
I feel like it breaks me out of the game sometimes. Like, oh yeah, there it is.
If I'm trophy, if I, yeah.
It's up there to the left.
It's weird, yeah. If it's like a really repetitive, like I told myself, I was like, yeah, Chris and I were gonna play Grand Theft Auto 5 when it comes out for PS4.
I don't think I'm gonna do it now.
And him and I are like kind of excited to, because I never played the online. I know I talked about this in the last couple episodes,
God.
but him and I are really excited to play the online, and I'm debating if I should really just grind that shit out and just try to get that platinum, or because there's also Far Cry 4 and Dragon Age. But I just don't know if those games.
Oh my
I
god,
think,
there's so many games in November.
I seriously
Lords of the
think-
Fallen's
I
coming
ser-
out end of October.
Call of Duty.
Sunset Overdrive.
Oh, I totally
Halo.
forgot about Call of Duty.
Oh my god.
Are you guys gonna get Call of Duty?
It's gonna be. That's
I'm
like
gonna get everything, and I'm gonna be like, what the hell?
You're gonna have no money.
Yeah, you're gonna have no money for
You
Jess
can't
for
get
Christmas,
everything. You
dude.
can't get, oh yeah, the
I got her
holidays.
PS4.
I'm not buying anybody anything.
That's
else
right.
now.
You did get her PS4.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
totally
it's-
spaced out. How's she enjoying it?
Oh, you got that? Oh yeah, it's an early Christmas
She likes
gift.
it, yeah, and her birthday, and then any like
That
I got a year.
wasn't really a sound of hope. You're like, she likes it.
Well, I shouldn't have any games yet, not much. So
You should have
Oh,
got her a
dude, let her
game.
borrow
Let her
Ground
borrow-
Zeroes.
Let her borrow
she
something.
didn't want. Yeah, no, she'll play. Don't worry, we'll give her time. She's waiting for Dragon Age. She's
I have a feeling
That's
that
what she
game
wants
is
the
not
most.
going to be. I watched the actual trailer. They dropped the trailer on YouTube. I watched it when I was taking a poop the other night, and like
poop trailer. Best
I
trailers.
just I kind of I turned it off like about 75% through. I was like, dude, I don't think this game's gonna be what I.
Did
what
you play
everyone's
the other
hoping.
ones?
When I see,
Yeah, and I didn't like them.
when I see an openish world, like third person action fighting game, like with swords and stuff, I immediately compare
Swords? What kind of swords?
7 swords. I immediately compare it to The Witcher 3.
Yeah.
Because that looks phenomenal, and then Final Fantasy 15. The combat in that game looks
I
fantastic.
knew.
And
I feel like with you two, like you're always gonna bring it to the same damn things every time. It's like he's gonna bring it to Final Fantasy, you're gonna bring it to Batman or Last of Us every fucking time. Anytime we talk in this
Oh,
conversation,
man.
that's where it goes.
and Bob points it out. But anyway, hold on a second.
Okay,
though.
I'll let you finish.
And then Dragon Age Inquisition comes along, and it the combat doesn't look dynamic and satisfying to me.
No, you're right. I agree.
I
No,
feel like it's
agree.
gonna. I mean, it might have a really great story, but I just feel
Story.
like the combat doesn't look satisfying.
Now, Shadow of Mordor, combat satisfying,
Satisfying.
but I got bored of it. I was so honestly when I mean, it's not that long of a game, and I did a lot into it, and I did have fun with it. I'm not saying that. It's just there. I mean, it's just like it's almost like Infamous. Those are games are just not like you're gonna remember. It's just a good time for like maybe a couple of weeks.
That's.
I mean,
agree.
the story's just it's not worth it. Batman versus Batman. was amazing. I love the first story of the Batman.
Arkham Asylum.
Arkham Asylum
with
was
that
fantastic.
enclosed pressure cooker style Joker.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
It was.
That was amazing, and that was something
Do you
I
think
can
you're
remember.
going to enjoy Arkham Knight when it comes out?
Yeah,
hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I
Yeah,
still like the
I
other
will.
I'm
Batman.
actually
still.
glad they delayed it, because think about it. How much more money would be spent on video games?
Oh
Now,
my
at least
God.
it's coming out a little bit later, and we have
In
time.
June
We've got
2nd, I
time.
think.
And another game that comes to mind that has fantastic looking combat right now, Bloodborne, looks amazing.
Yeah, it does.
well,
When
Yeah,
you
it
compare
does.
from Dark Souls, like Dark Souls already has phenomenal combat, and you look what they're doing in Bloodborne. Oh my god, it's a whole nother level.
Bloodborne looks.
I know Chris Halatek, he got the alpha.
I know,
he
he
got the
played that
alpha,
alpha.
invite, and I read a little bit what he was talking about, but from the most part, he really enjoyed it, didn't he?
Yeah,
Are you kidding? Yeah, he loves it.
yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah, okay.
I wish I got invited. I mean, I had saved data from Demon's Dark and Dark Souls 2 on my PS3. It's
don't
like,
think-
why didn't they choose me?
Yeah.
Like, I clearly love the series.
I don't know,
Are
maybe
you
the
guys
randoms.
going to get PS Plus?
When?
Yeah,
they-
exactly. I got that one of the news points. I'm gonna eat that fucking
I
game
was
alive.
I'm
supposed
not-
to download that.
I mean, eat it alive in a bad way. I'm gonna tear it apart.
I don't know. I mean, I'll get it for free, but that's it. I mean,
I'll get the free
I've never
version.
had, for mine now, it's the only game that maybe when I was younger, it was Gran Turismo, where I actually not invested time, but I really was enjoying it. But there's no way I can actually get back into. It's like fighting games now. I really can't get into much fighting games.
Neither can I.
It's just there. And
Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah, that's
that's,
one I can
feel like that's a
try.
little different though. I don't know why.
But stuff like Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, I don't see myself buying Mortal Kombat.
Injustice, I bought Injustice for $8, and
Yeah, I got it just for cheap too. I don't.
I
Street
played
Fighter,
it, beat
I
it. It was good.
I'm
It was
not-
fun. They're
Well,
okay.
going back to Drive Club real quick, I was talking to Chris about this. I'm like so pissed at this company because it was supposed to be okay. This is all true. It was supposed to come out with PS4 last year, right?
As a
Yes.
launch title,
As a launch title, correct?
completely free.
Completely free, right? Their marketing and the messaging was confusing as all hell. Then they delayed the game, right? They didn't say how long. They just we're delaying it. Then it comes out and leaks that someone like, oh well, it's delayed for like a year. So their PR team is like, shit, it was leaked, so we have to. Yeah, that's coming out for another year. So they get a whole year to work on this game, and then it comes out. The weather, dynamic weather, doesn't even work for this game. It's completely broken. People who try to connect online, they can't even connect. It's 95% of your game is called Drive Club and making a club, and you can't even be in a club. You know what's weird? Here, dig this, write this.
Take this.
So
I like it.
So someone took a screenshot and they sent it to this one podcast. That's other podcast I listened to, and one of the trophies was play a race. Single player play a race. 89% of people play and complete a single player race or something like that. 89% of people got that common trophy, and then right under it was start a club with your friends, and start a club with your friends, and like 5% of people actually completed that. That just goes to show you like at 89. That just goes to show you like how fucked up their servers are, like how incomplete and inconsistent that game is to me. And I was really kind of pissed off because I was looking forward to like an actually decent racer, something that could like kind of, because I was kind of like foaming at the mouth for like Forza Horizon 2 because people are like, oh my god, rah! They're fapping over
It
this
looks
shit.
fun. It looks fun. But,
And I'm like, man, I'm really looking forward to Drive Club. And then it comes out, it's just like, it's just 5, 6, 5s, 7s. Like, it's an incomplete experience. It's dull. They don't even have American or Japanese cars in that game. All they have is, like, European cars. And then they release, like, the seasonal pass DLC where you can buy for $30. And then they'll release more cars over the course of a year. It's just, like, it's a joke. It's a fucking mess. It's a exclusive, It's
Remember
like,
when you could buy a game called Midnight Club LA and it had like tons of cars in that you could unlock?
and that
Oh,
was
yeah.
so fun.
That
Midnight
game was
Club. Oh, I
amazing.
forgot about that. I
That
used to
was
That's a
love that.
Rockstar
That
game.
was that's a
Rockstar
Rockstar
game.
game. That is the like next
That
to
one
Need
is
for
fun.
Speed Most
Yeah.
Wanted. Like those two games are the best racing
Yeah,
games
I
I've
forgot
ever
about those
played.
games. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a big racer anymore. I mean, I used to love those games, but I just
They died out.
like
I mean, and
playing, let's say, Drive Club, a mediocre game, and getting whatever cars, and then if I want to get DLC, there's no point in me buying more than the free or getting the free.
they
because
had a year on top of they were supposed to release the game a year ago, so they had an extra year to release that game.
I mean, I can understand where they're paying for it now because you have to pay for it for the fact they had to take another year and a year in cost.
they
for
could have
how
at
much-
least done an alpha or a beta like the crew did. Like the crew didn't
Well,
have perfect
yeah.
servers, but now they've learned. So
And the
maybe-
crew just got delayed.
Probably because of their test. Like, we are not
Yeah.
ready, and that's understandable. You know why? Because they released a beta test.
Because how bad? I mean, really, when a game does not perform like in the first week with their servers, especially like a online based game,
dude, yeah.
it is brutal.
People will just move on to the next thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
like
yeah,
if it's
exactly.
can you imagine if Destiny's servers weren't optimal for prime time?
Oh.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And
People would
you
be
know
like,
what?
"What's Destiny?"
Bungie knows that better than any.
And they
other
did a good
company
job
out
with
there.
it. And they
Oh,
really
I'll
did.
tell you,
and
it
did,
was
you know how
like
many
butter
people?
smooth.
So many people bought it too. It was like, number one in the franchise for like a new.
Those
and for
servers were
online game,
stressed.
and for an online game, yeah, and they did a phenomenal job. I mean, there were a couple of hiccups, but I mean,
I ran into like virtually no hiccups, but I also played it. Well, now
Well,
I played it I bought it like maybe a day or after launch.
yeah.
So
That's still good. Even like,
Hey, if it.
their Battlefield just got fixed a year.
What do
after
you think?
launch.
What do you think of the Call of Duty? The day zero. Like if you buy it early, do you think it's gonna work?
I think that
It
date's gonna
should.
work. I think that day 2 or day 1, that's when it's gonna be like.
Do you think- well, if it works, what if it doesn't though? I mean,
I don't know.
If they're gonna
if it
put-
doesn't,
if they're
it's
gonna-
Activision, they'll put money and say it's fine.
if they're gonna say that you're like, oh, get access to it, Day Zero edition, it better work. And I think that
You know
it'd be the
Wait,
smart deal.
wait. Here's why I think it's gonna work. I bet you they're like, hey Bungie, make your Destiny game. Also, run all of our servers.
Please.
I bet you
Yeah.
that they probably just have Bungie programming their servers for them because why wouldn't you? Bungie is the
They're
best
smart.
at that.
They're good.
yeah, it's
So
just,
I'm guessing that every game that they already actually, you know what? To be fair, like Call of Duty has always been practically pretty much stable. It's
Yeah,
not,
they've
it's
been
not the
pretty good.
hardest game to maintain. It's not graphically
Yeah.
impressive.
Yeah.
It's not,
No, and that's true. So I mean, you
Smaller
gotta give them credit for
maps,
that.
you know?
See, I mean, people like always bash Call of Duty back in the old days. I mean, I understand. I really hated Ghosts. Like, we had this conversation on Talk Gaming. But,
Yeah.
the thing is, we gotta like as gamers, if someone enjoys something and like even if they play a little bit, just let them enjoy it. I don't know why we have to like start going after. Oh, you like Call of Duty? And freak out about that stuff. I'm like, go, fine, play it. You know, if that's what you like to play, it's a game. Enjoy it, embrace it. We don't have to say you have to
agree.
like my game. Like,
yeah, exactly. No,
yeah,
I agree.
it just reminds me of Borderlands. People hate Borderlands. People are like, oh, it's stupid loot, yada yada yada. But if I enjoy it, why does it matter? Why does it matter what other people think? I'm gonna take these games for what it is.
I think what it is now is that people see awesome ideas and they want more from them.
Yeah, no, I understand the
Like-
hatred.
Like there's a game that
Towards-
comes out that seems really cool at first, really big, and then you realize the boundaries really like quickly.
Oh, the internet plus internet fucking ruined everything. It's
That's
like
true because now everything is just so like a click away.
Remember back in the N64 days, or even like the PS2 days, it was like when internet was just
Yeah,
kind of like
you
still in
didn't
that 56K AOL. Welcome, you guys.
Took an hour to load a 5-minute video.
But I mean, like, you weren't so readily, everything wasn't so at your fingertips as far as video games. So it's like you actually rented a video game or you bought it and you just played it and you're like, oh yeah, I bought, Wave Race 64, you know what I mean? Or I bought
yeah.
Star Wars.
I bought Ford Racing. That was a mistake.
But
Yeah, you learn.
going back to Drive Club real quick, I see comments of people just like, yeah, like 'cause Sony's marketing slogan has been, greatness awaits, and people are like, greatness awaits and waits and waits.
No, I mean,
Hey, you gotta wait for it. It's great, all
Yeah.
right?
yeah. I mean, they have a good game. I mean, I'm having a good time with it. I mean, it's just-
Anybody else out there think that the whole retail version of Drive Club was gonna be free to everyone?
I thought so.
That's what I thought when they first.
That's
announced
what
that.
That's what they.
marketing.
That's what
That's
they were
what-
gonna
yeah,
do.
that's what- yeah.
So it's kind of I don't
Now
know.
it's like no, it's like 5
Maybe-
cars and a course.
Maybe if I was more, maybe if I really was pumped for I'm not pumped for racing games anymore. I just don't feel. So maybe if I was really pumped, I'd be actually angry about it. But honestly, I really don't care. But if it was like I don't know, if it was just another game that I was like, oh my gosh, say it was Bloodborne, because that's probably the most hyped game I am, even though
Witcher 3, Bloodborne, Final Fantasy 15. There's so many.
I know, but
Rich comes out of the gate slinging, dude.
no, but like if they're like Bloodborne, say Bloodborne's gonna be free, say the same exact thing. I would-
Free?
No, I'm just listening. If this was the Drive Club thing, yada yada yada. I'm just saying it would be different.
I want
would
to pay
rage.
for that game.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, they were. I remember when they dropped the.
Give me the alpha. If
When
you
they dropped the whole
Give me
Drive Club.
Alpha. For free, yeah, right?
When they dropped the whole Drive Club free thing, I remember thinking to myself, I'm like, oh no, it's gonna like be shitty. I was like, well, I'll just pay for it. I'll just pay the extra money to get like the better type of content. And now it's like people are regretting their decision to even buy that game for $60. It's not even a complete experience, dude.
No,
and it's this.
You can't even review it because there's nothing there to review now.
No, you can't.
I think I don't know. There's a lot of. I mean, especially with the new generation games that are coming out. Not just saying next gen, but like at the beginning of current gen. Most of the games that come out in the early time of the generation are always not complete. They don't have everything that like you expect a game would have.
Yeah, because
so I mean,
they're still learning
they're still learning how to use everything and how to work everything and see what they could fit in and and time. If you have them 4 years with already current generation compared to like trying to update, the games are not going to be as good. So I mean, that's what I'm going to take as I'm like these new racing games, which can be something amazing. They're not going to have all the parts that I want, which I need for a racing game at least.
I mean, compare performance like of Xbox 360 early games to
so I mean that happens. That happens all
Halo
the time.
3, phenomenal game, looked really good when it came out. Halo 4 really pushed what that console could do. That game looked so good.
Or even, and then Halo Reach of all the stuff that they added and combined and everything together.
I just heard something the other day that they said that when Xbox 360 first came out, the internal parts in that console was that of a more higher end PC.
That's what it always is now.
That like when they had something where the graphics card or the whatever it was not even on the market for PC players to purchase for their towers. It was like, I mean, a couple months later, yeah, but at that time when it first launched, it was like, bam, dude, That's when Microsoft and Sony. Well, it's because Microsoft could control PC parts a little bit more at that time. Mm-hmm. They could be like, hey, no, you can't release this yet because we're making a console. We want people to buy our console. But now it's gotten way out of hand. People have supercomputers now. Yeah. You can't stop it now, man. You can't stop it.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? I was just thinking about something to say. Oh,
Crysis changed everything.
Crysis. Crazy.
Crytek made a game that they literally had to release better PC parts for people to actually buy. People were spending like $1,500 on their towers. They're not out of business. They're just they're making free to play games and saving other companies. That's why they're going out of business, because they're making free to play games and they're buying out other companies that are dying. And that's
they should have just stuck to like graphical engineering.
They should have just made Crysis 4.
Crysis 3. Yeah.
Nah,
I bought that game and I didn't even beat it. I was like, Crysis 2 was awesome.
We talked about this, not here, but me and Chris have talked about it, and he kind of made a point, and I always, like, when he says something, not like I disagree with him, but I always try to look on the brighter side. But when he makes a point, like, I try to take it in consideration. The whole point I'm trying to bring up is there was, like, the stealth bow in it, which was awesome.
I love the stealth bow.
But the problem in that game, there was this movement perk, and people would go so fast, and you couldn't...
Or you're talking about online.
Yeah, online.
I'm talking about single player.
Single player is awesome, too.
Yeah.
But no, I'm just saying that for the multiplayer, like, they have this movement perk that ruined the game. It literally, Chris is like, this is ruined. I'm like, it's fine, Chris. And then after playing a while, I'm like, yeah.
I can totally see him getting pissed off, too.
Yeah, yes.
You know what's funny, though? It's like, then how did Destiny do it? Everyone has tons of perks, like Hunter can blink and go into like Blade Arc and all that crap, and Titan can do that ground stomp.
We've talked about that. I think it's fair. I think
it's fair. I think it works out really
I don't
well.
feel like, and the only thing that was ever overpowering in the game was that stupid. There was this Vex. I don't know if you've seen it. If you
the
watch
Vex
Destiny.
Mythocast.
Yeah, it's like a fusion.
2-3 shots max, you're dead.
But now they
now it's 5 shots.
Rich, now that you're level 30 in Destiny, what's the end game to you?
End game to me now.
He's done. Like no one wants to play. I'll still play it. I feel like I'm the only one. If everyone's like, hey, you want to do this?
Why? What am I playing it for now? To get better weapons.
Get better weapons.
I can get bad juju now. Like I want to do 25 more strikes.
Oh, I know.
The bounties in that game need to be fixed. Okay,
yes.
They're way too repetitive. I want special bounties. I want special targets that don't exist. I don't want like to go fight the same enemy 25 times on these bounties. I want special enemies for these special bounties. Enemies we haven't seen yet in the main campaign. That's what bounties should be.
They're working
Things
on
you
it.
haven't
They're
done
over at Bungie.
in the game.
Working on that DLC for y'all, so you could spend a good $15, $20.
I already bought it.
Yeah.
Honestly, no, I do like Destiny. I'll still play it. It's fun. I know. I mean, there's so many gripes that we could talk about with the game, and they're all very true. But they're gonna have more stuff, and I think it's a rock solid foundation. We talked about this last podcast.
That was like 4 years
Let's talk
ago.
about 4 years ago. You guys want to talk about Evil Within or like Alien Isolation?
Both. We'll talk about both.
Yeah, we're about time-wise.
Happy
about
Halloween.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we're about halfway. 24 minutes.
Okay.
24 minutes.
24.
25 minutes now, probably.
26 now.
28 minutes.
Okay. So it's just good to like kind of talk about like our characteristics between me and Rich. when I play video games, I mean, like, especially those scary horror games, I get extremely stressed out. I mean,
Me too.
And J-Bone feels the same. We just tried Evil Within. He's like, I want to see it. He goes to this part that I show him, and this lady comes out. She's like this spider, and he's like, "Fuck this, I'm out."
Pauses.
And he's like,
Pauses. Like, no.
Like it was like 2 seconds of the game, and whatever.
I was still trying to figure out the controls, and I
Yeah.
didn't want to like die. You know, I didn't
You mean
want
the
to.
tank
Yeah.
controls?
Yeah, God, that's exactly
Yeah.
what they are. The tank.
You know what they
controls.
you know, you were talking about how clunky the controls are, and people can have that gripe. But at the same time, I understand that, and it has clunky ones. I could understand your point, but I don't feel like that ruins the game for Evil Within. It's not like I played Outlast, and that game scared the shit out of me. That was like the scariest game I ever played for me. And you're like, oh, you could play whatever the other games are. No, I don't want to play anymore. I hate it.
Amnesia.
It's not even that scary, but play the one where what's it
The
called?
baby one, right?
Baby one.
I looked it
yeah.
up. I looked at the reviews. I didn't get it, and I'm so happy because I can't handle these games.
I can't handle it.
Like,
Play Alien
I
Isolation.
watched a video of the baby. It's where the little baby can just see stuff happening, like spirits and stuff.
forgot what it's
no,
called.
he crawls
I
and
remember,
stuff,
but I
and
forgot.
I watched it. It looks
And you have like a teddy bear.
yeah.
And
Yes.
You look at the teddy. You're like, nope. There's
I
nothing.
almost got it. I almost got it, and then I'm like, fuck it. I'm not doing this. I don't want to do it right now. And I'm happy because I'm petrified. Anyway,
That is the most helpless you could be is when you're a kid.
Yeah, that's true.
Nothing you can do.
but anywho, the whole talk with the Evil Within. My thoughts on Evil Within, I'm on chapter 11, it's up to chapter 15. And I don't look
You're
up...
pretty much done then.
Yeah, I don't look up stuff. I don't look up when games are done, and I'm looking up this one for the fact that I just want it over. I'm freaking out. I can't handle it.
Are you gonna play it again when you beat it?
No. I don't even want to look at it anymore. I don't want to. I deleted off that thing. I just can't. Because number one, like, I beat it. I know what's going to happen. I know everything. So I'm not as scared. And
You
that,
already know the ending.
no, I'm just saying when I beat it.
Okay.
I'm gonna know what happens.
He's
Like
gonna know
the
every
part
twist and
that
turn.
I showed you. I showed J-Bone earlier today, and I knew what I was doing. And I'm not scared because it's there. I've done it. It's
First
fine.
time you did it though, you're probably even freaking
First
out.
time I'm freaking out.
How
Yes.
many times have you died? Do you think?
I don't know. I don't.
20?
I get more.
That's the one drawback with horror games is like once you've died at that part, you're like, oh, okay, and then all of a sudden you're like,
And yeah, I would say that'd be a gripe in Evil Within. Once you die, you're like, oh, okay. But then you're still scared because I mean, you figure out the way and loophole. I wish you just never die, but I don't
I wonder
know.
if there is like going to be a horror game that when you die, it doesn't put you back there. It changes things up. Like it'll keep like cycling through different scenarios.
Oh, God,
Like,
oh,
damn
God.
it.
Maybe
would be-
Silent Hills will do that.
That would be stressful because
Maybe
then like
Silent
you
Hills
can't
could do that.
count on repetitiveness then.
Yeah, and that would freak me out even more. But
that would take
I
forever
would
to
say,
develop.
okay, you know, people are comparing. Look, don't compare games to this, but Evil Within and
Oh, wait. Sorry to interrupt you. Are you?
Oh, okay, continue.
Are you going to feel the same way with Evil Within when Silent Hills comes out? Are you gonna be like, fuck this? Because imagine, like Richard said, what if you die and they have like a revolving world, Silent Hills, multiple
Yeah, there you go.
places.
Randomly generate everything. They could
Something like that. Yeah.
but with more.
Okay. Now, with that being said, and you're getting frustrated. It's constantly just frustrating, tense shit, and then you finally get past it, and you're in the clear for a little bit, and you encounter a next tense part until you finally beat the game. I mean, you're gonna do the same thing. You're just gonna be like, I'm not touching that fucking game ever again. Silent Hills.
But if you played it again, it could be a different experience.
Mm-hmm.
Since I beat it, just for the fact that I feel accomplished, I don't want to go back to that world. I would not play it again. Just because I'm too scared.
So he's like the kind of person that won't do the new Game Plus Gauntlet where you can keep upgrading, be a little bit stronger, and go through like Dead Space.
Yeah, you know
I
what?
wouldn't do that, dude. I beat Dead Space. For me to do New Game Plus, I'd be like, no, done.
Dead Space was stressful for me too. So, they're all stressful. I like those games. Like even though I have like people like, oh, you have a gun, you can shoot, you can get away. I'm like, yeah, but it's hard. That's what I want to say. Evil Within is actually a hard game. It is. Like the bosses are hard, and there was a point in that game, and I was looking up after. I just want to see if I did it right, because I was like, I wonder if I did it right, because I don't know if it was, but. People were complaining about the game that like I didn't have any ammo for this game, so I couldn't beat this boss.
I like that though because
That's cool.
Now, how do you beat him though? Give me a spoiler.
ingenuity.
Well, there's a thing. Do I really want to? Okay, it's just you needed ammo. I mean, you can beat him with ammo. You could beat him with certain things. Like I'll just say explosive. You needed explosives. I guess you could beat him other ways, but
You need to be.
There was a part.
Prepared.
I'll tell you this. Okay, there was a part kind of early on in the game, so
Yeah.
not too much of a spoiler. Where there's this chainsaw dude, right?
I saw
Well,
the butcher guy where the bodies are hanging upside down.
That's really early. I'm talking about a little bit past that. There's this part where you get to like a gate, and you look at this chain. You're like, I can't open this gate. It's like a chainsaw or something.
I can't believe you went into act mode.
He does. Very similar.
He actually talks like that. I probably could have.
I heard the voice acting's
I
fucking
probably could have
atrocious.
voice acted.
Yeah, but
Sebastian Castellanos.
honestly, I mean, I'll
That's
leave
a
finish.
Japanese game.
But anyway, hold on a second.
Okay.
And then we couldn't kill this guy because we had literally like 2 revolver ammo and like 1 shotgun and like an arrow, and this guy takes more than that. But then I found this house where on the other side of the window I hit like a button and these spikes came out of the floor. So I lured him into there. I threw a bottle like at the doorway. He came in, spiked him once. He got back up. Spiked him again. Got back up. One more time. He was like, ugh.
Like a glitch, almost like
No.
a glitch.
That's and that's another positive thing in that game. You have to. There's a lot of times you
environmental
can use,
stuff.
Yeah, because you're not gonna have enough ammo. I mean, I can't even imagine on the hard difficulty, but there was times when I was doing it, and I'm like, fuck, I keep on having no ammo for this part. And the checkpoint system kind of sucks, but then it was kind of good for this point, was like, oh, I can use these certain spikes to lure them in and kill them. I'm like, oh my god, that's so much easier.
Yes.
So there are a lot of times where you can use different environment things, and a lot of times you have to in order to
Fire
kill it.
is very effective.
Yeah.
I heard the checkpoint saves in Alien Isolation are horrible.
They are a pain.
Like a total pain in the ass. Like you can be in the middle of saving, I heard,
and you can get killed.
Get killed.
That's kind of awesome and kind of horrible.
It's like beep, beep, and you're dead.
Has that happened to you?
No.
Okay.
I've always saved successfully, so.
That's very important to know.
And then I hide in the locker immediately.
And then another thing that we learned, me and Rich were talking about this earlier, because he's playing Evil Within as well. He was talking about, like, it was like these witch, I'm not really going to ruin it, there's a witch. Everyone knows what kills witches. Always. I mean, it's just kind of like initial. Think of Destiny.
What does kill a witch?
What kills a witch? What do people do to witches all the time? Just without your any knowledge.
I would say holy water.
Ice. Fire.
Fire. You know they burn the witch. Burn the witch.
Come
on.
And the wizards in Destiny have a heat shield.
Yeah, so I'm just saying
Fire.
it almost... Okay.
A werewolf is silver, right? Silver bullets or some shit? Dracula, vampires.
That's vampires.
No, No.
Vampires get by silver.
Werewolves.
Garlic.
And silver. Silver
and
spike
holy
into
water,
the
right?
chest.
Spikes, then what the hell is werewolves?
Silver.
It's also silver. Silver bullets.
Well, I think it depends. Silver
I
works.
killed the werewolf.
I feel like you get silver and fire, you're good. But anywho, though, fuck, what the hell?
The Blue Yeti's made us silver.
The witch.
The witch is
Fire.
The witch is on fire. So I'm playing that, and then
The witch
he's
is
like,
on
"Why don't
fire."
you use your incendiary?" Like,
like
there's
a
a
song.
crossbow you get. He's like, "Why don't you use your incendiary arrows?"
Ammo.
And I'm like,
What?
he's on chapter like 6. I'll just say I don't know.
8.
Chapter 8, and I'm on chapter 11, and I'm like, what incendiary arrows? Because I never picked it up. And I search a lot. Apparently I didn't search there, but I search a lot, and I get all this other stuff. And if you miss it, I don't know if this is true or not, but if I missed it, I haven't got it. I opened up all these other things. I got some other stuff, but I haven't got it. So I wonder if in that game, if you miss like the
Those
shotgun.
arrows are so good. You know why? Because when you shoot them, and they're on fire, right? And then there's this thing that comes out of them that also spurts on fire,
serious?
burning nearby enemies. I've taken out like hordes of people with one arrow.
That's disgusting. That pisses me off. I'm like livid right now because I got the frost ones. Yeah, that's good. I
Those
freeze
are
them.
good.
They're okay, but
They're cool.
I don't want fire. Oh my god. So now I'm gonna be stressed out next time I play that game because
That
I'm
game
like,
clearly overpowers fire, though. Fire is like the element.
oh, I'm glad I don't have that.
You could probably find it. Just go back.
How much do they cost to build? Because it costs parts.
5 parts to build. That's why they're really strong. Very strong.
I'm pissed.
Yeah.
Same thing in Alien Isolation, though. I mean, if you miss a blueprint, like
Yeah.
the cool thing about that game is you can go explore, but the longer you explore in that area, the greater chance that the alien's gonna hear you and come down. So it's like, do I explore? Do I find everything? Or do
Oh,
I
that's
move
the
on?
worst. See, these are the
But
things.
that's real life, though.
These
like,
are the,
you
I know,
you
and
like,
that's what stresses me out. These things. It's
like, do I get extra parts that I can build this thing and then be okay, or oh crap, I hear it. Let's just get in the elevator.
Well, that's what happens. Like, especially if they lure you in Evil Within, because I haven't played Alien. They lure you. Oh, come over here. There's some special parts. But I'm running away from someone who's gonna one-hit kill me. Do I try to get the parts and then continue running?
Yeah.
And there's been a couple times where I missed it because I'm freaking out because I can't handle that.
That's the whole point of like that genre. Speaking of survival horror, did you know? I just found this out. Did you know that the genre survival horror was actually the PR team for the original Resident Evil? They put it on the box or on the actual hard disk, and they flipped it like a survival horror game. You know, and like that term coined survival horror, like it just stuck.
Yeah,
everyone just ran with
Shinji
it.
Mikami is the father of survival horror.
Well, I think for the game, it has a great. I mean, just I'll finish. Let me finish the Evil Within. I'll shut up after this. Okay, environments are amazing. Will you get scared of jumping? Most likely not. There's only a couple times like that, but it just changes it up. You go from like, it seems like the 1700s. Like, remember that part with the chainsaw person, and then you go to like New Age.
There's a lot of
then,
disturbing imagery.
And when that's the thing that gets me. When it's just all messed up and nothing makes sense, and
it kind of reminds me of like some Dead Space parts where it's like, okay, there's bad guys there, but I know I have to run away and turn my back, and they're gonna be chasing me type feeling, and you're like tense, you're all tensed up. And then you turn, they're right there in front of you, and you're like, oh fuck.
And I would say though, I mean, like, I don't know if you agree with me or not, but like, I never feel like a point where it's like I always expect there's gonna be certain things, but I don't. Most of the time, I don't expect what's going to happen next in the game because it kind of always meshes around. Like, I know I'm going to face other bosses. I know I'm going to face certain people. And if I see a big guy, I know I'm going to eventually fight him. But I don't know when most of the time. And I'm always just, not sure of anything that's going on.
Is the combat satisfying?
There's just times where you're just pulled in a pool of blood out of nowhere. You're like, okay, I was going to be able to predict that.
Yeah, no, I know what I mean, though. But, all of a sudden you go, okay. Oh, and I did notice, though.
What about the combat? Is it satisfying?
It is. I don't know. I'm scared the whole fucking time. But it is nice when you blow someone's head off.
Yeah, and you see the chunks of the head and all that
that's
stuff.
awesome. And
you see the bullet hole go through their eye, and you see the rest of their head still there. And
but the background of the environment is okay.
And so I think shooting someone's amazing. Not the problem. It's just when I miss a shot, I feel like a piece of shit.
You feel like you wasted a very valuable
resource.
You're like,
do you know how much it took to get that bullet?
Yeah, you're like,
especially with the freaking. There's a sniper rifle.
It's kind of funny though because you'll see shotgun shells. There's 9 shells on that table, right? You pick it up, 2 bullets. You're like, what?
Really?
Yeah, it shows 7 bullets in a row, and you pick it up, and there's 1.
Oh, one of those things?
Yeah, it's just show one then. You could have done that. You could have done that.
Well, I think it's just easier to identify for us to do.
Yeah, but still.
I know what you're saying, but...
It's like
it's a box of bullets.
It's like the Destiny. It's like the Destiny shit with the legendary Ingrams and stuff.
Yeah. You know what's the worst though in those games? It almost always happens in the survival horror games. It's you go to a point where there's a bunch of ammo and a bunch of oh shit. I don't want this ammo because I know what's gonna happen after this.
Oh yeah, I know. They're pumping you.
I wonder if this game's gonna get this way though, because Resident Evil started off the same way. Resident Evil 4, to be specific, started off very low ammo, nothing. But then by the end, I was hoarding everything, and my briefcase was maximum level. I had 3 guns in there and tons of ammo, tons of herbs and everything. I was all stocked up and ready to go.
Yeah, that's what happened in Resident Evil 4.
But in this game, it puts a limit on how much you can actually already have anyway. So that's
I could
the
have
difference.
I could have 9. I mean, I think the highest you could have in shotgun ammo is 12.
You have to use brain goop to upgrade how much ammo you can have in the gun.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's weird.
And there's a couple things that they don't tell you. There's these statues. So if you're playing, this is really good. If you're going to start it, there's these statues that, I don't know, they're the little statue that they don't explain. I mean, I saw it in the loading screen once, but they don't explain that if you knock them, you get a key, and these keys open certain panels. So
yeah, and
there's
treasures inside.
The torches, there's this thing that
yeah, you can burn people with torches.
If you if not the torches that you could burn people. If there's people on the ground, which most of the time, if they have their head there, you don't wanna you wanna burn them so they're dead and they're gone and they don't exist anymore. Because if you don't, sometimes they get up and then or in other parts, people go through their body. It's just fucked up. So
see, I wonder.
And you run out. I have 25 if I want 25, but I always the most I've had is 10. And I feel
matches?
I feel like every time I start
maxed your matches. We have 15.
Yeah,
you can have 30.
Oh, maybe it's 30. Maybe it's 30. Most I've ever had was
matches are
15.
awesome. I mean, sometimes we just burn dead bodies just to burn dead bodies. But we don't know if they're gonna come back up. Who knows?
Yeah.
I get scared. I mean, if I see something, I'm like, oh fuck. I mean, there was a part though. If I didn't burn these bodies, I was gonna have to fucking fight this guy forever.
How's the story element? And I heard it's fucking confusing.
At the beginning it was weird, fucked up, but I think as I've been playing, it kind of makes more sense. I kind of know what's going on, and it's interesting. I mean, the main character. Yeah, I can see the gripe in him. He's not really that interesting.
You said something like 17. How he's time travel involved?
He's a stereotype. He's the stereotypical drunk, badass detective.
But at the
really?
Yeah, he's
at the same time, it's I'm just looking.
So Max Payne then.
But the other characters, I mean,
not even as cool.
Not even cool as Rich, dude.
Yeah. But
Max Payne.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think I don't think the story's bad. I haven't beat it yet, but I actually enjoy the story. But I'm just freaking out. Yeah, my Evil Within. I mean, it's not. I think I'm at 13 and a half hours right now. So
it's a pretty long horror experience.
Yeah, it's a brutal time.
Some chapters are a lot longer than others.
Yeah, one chapter I got through like in like
a minute.
I was like, what?
20 minutes, and then the other chapter's like 4 hours long. You're like,
really?
What the hell is up?
And
with
you just want
to
wait for a saving point. Like you hear this music and it goes to the saving point.
Yeah, I
think
that's a cool aspect.
That's awesome.
One thing I've noticed is like the first hospital was called Beacon Hospital, right?
Yeah.
And then you go to that world and there's a lighthouse in the distance, and this mirror is also a beacon of light. So there's a lot of like beacon. Like lighthouse imagery going on in this game.
Yeah,
like symbolism,
like a symbol of hope in the distance. Like there's always a symbol of hope. Like somewhere off in the distance, there's protection, but not really. Like it's
not always.
Like trying to lure you in. Like you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it seems kind of like Inception because
give you like a thread of hope.
Because you're already in your mind, I think, and then you go deeper into your mind when you go into the mirror. So it's like you're going.
Well,
I'll
tell you, you're not in reality. I mean, that's just.
You're definitely not in reality.
Because that's why it's all.
And I don't know if the people are also pulled in with you or if they're just part of you.
Well, if you go in more story, I think you kind of understand. Like, I think once you get a little farther, you actually just go, oh, okay. So I think that will answer your questions of a little more.
It keeps going to these one scenes where you're on a gurney in like that red hallway, and I'm pretty sure I don't know if that's reality or not.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah,
dude, I don't even know. I haven't got.
Rich, you think you're gonna get scared with Silent Hills?
No.
See,
the only game that's scaring me ever is Alien because of my past with Alien. If I didn't have the past with Alien, I probably wouldn't be scared by it.
Did you get like goosebumps and your hairs were standing up?
It's just because that thing has invaded my nightmares as a kid. So it's like seeing it on the screen chasing me now. It's just like.
Did you have to? Because I know I remember.
I'm not to the point where I can't play the game either. I'm not like, I'm not like screaming and freaking out. I'm just like worried.
Can you?
Yeah.
So you can't. You never get to a point where you just need to stop the game.
That's what I was going to ask.
Oh no, I can keep playing it.
You're nuts because I'm playing Evil Within. I
have to take breaks. I
might play a chapter and like I just want to get through this part. Because there's a part though, like if I play it and I die, I don't want to come back to it another day. I need to get to this part, I need to get to the next step, and then I'll just call it a day. That's how I feel. Yeah.
I really want you to play Alien because I want to see how you.
I don't want to. I wanted to. I was like, I'm gonna play Alien 2 after this. I'm like, I'm gonna get Evil Within. It's around Halloween. I'm gonna have a good old time. Yeah. And then I remember how much I get scared. But the game's amazing. I really do think it has really quality.
I can't wait to play it again.
You can gripe about it. You can talk about the clunky controls. You can talk about the character.
The clunky controls have to be there because if they made it as smooth as Gears of War, it'd be easy.
It would be as fun.
It'd be easy to get the headshots.
You run slow. It has
the reason why you miss is because it's not accurate.
You have the
perfect. So you're like shaky. Like you're supposed to be like, you know what I mean?
You have the old effect feel, and I think they did a really good job. They do a really good job.
It feels almost exactly like Resident Evil 4's shooting mechanics. Yeah. Almost exactly.
But I would say like what you said. Like right now, I don't like in Resident Evil. I forgot about that. You do feel more powering at the beginning. At the end.
Yeah. I mean, Resident Evil 4.
And right now, I don't.
That shotgun I upgraded all the way. Oh yeah. Just.
I mean, yes, you get more. Yes, you get more weapons in Evil Within, like later on, and you get more different stuff. But I still haven't felt powerful at all. I feel like, I can kill this guy. He's easy, but this big guy that takes, it's just like you never. And I run away. I still run away. So
I like that the sidekicks aren't useless either. They actually can.
They are very useful because
sometimes they're stupid. Like there's this one part where he was just standing and like this dude was shooting spikes and he was just standing in the spikes.
They just get by spikes all the time.
What are you doing?
Can he die?
Yeah, but I don't know. I've always revived him.
I assume
you just have to hold A next to him and it
really
heals him like super quick.
Yeah, why can that happen to me?
Yeah, it's like why can't I?
Quick question. Last thing we can move on though. J-Bone, you can do your facts or we can talk about other stuff.
By the way, it reminds me of BioShock with the syringes.
Oh yeah. But in Evil Within,
how is your health?
Value. How is your health?
I appreciate a woman who appreciates value.
Damn it. How is your health? Like a 0 out of 100%. Like what is it normally at?
Like 50.
Like it's never high.
It's never full.
That's the thing. The thing is never freaking high. You always have half your health or less.
Yeah, I used the med kit once, like an actual med kit once on accident. I was like, why did I use that? I didn't know that it healed you full health, but he went all crazy after.
Yeah, you start getting delusional.
Like you can use an instant heal that'll heal you from like nothing to full, but you're like decapitated, like
you're loopy. You're all
like drugged up. No.
Never use it against around enemies.
Just never use it.
Really?
Yeah.
Unless you're by yourself.
It actually upgrades your health a little more. Actually,
does his health regenerate?
2 points. There are points where it regens.
Oh,
barely. Oh, and also there's a part. If you get hurt enough, you can't run.
You can't run.
So if a big ass guy grabs you, and throws you, you might not be able to run, and good luck surviving.
Good luck getting away from him because he's most likely faster than you now. And if you run too long, you'll be like...
And you go down and you have to
just
breathe
like,
heavily.
hold on a minute. Just wait.
Really?
It's brutal.
It's bad, yeah. I didn't know that. I did that. First time I did that was when the chainsaw guy was chasing
You don't even
me.
think about it because I'm just scared. I'm like, see, the game's like just tormenting me because, I mean, some people can be calm and relaxing, but when I'm playing, I'm just like holding it tight. It's like they know how to get to me and they're doing a good damn job.
Did you switch the crouch to toggle? I can't handle holding it down because I like to toggle because then I know I'm crouching and then I can just go.
No.
You hold it down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it gives me something to hold on really tight.
Because
I mean, it actually helps me probably.
Because like I've done it once where I like hit the button and I immediately let go, but I was under a trip mine, so I went. I was like, dang it.
Yeah, I did that once.
And I was
That's so weird. You just did that explosion. I heard like a beeping sound as if like a trip mine was about to go off.
yeah.
Perfect.
But to be honest, though,
Timing.
like when I'm out, like when I'm playing the game, I'm stressed. When I'm done, I mean,
I'm just having a good
when
old
I'm
fun
off it,
time.
I don't have
Yeah,
dreams
no,
of
I
that.
feel
I'm
ya, I
not
feel
really
ya.
scared. If I go to like a haunted house, no, I'm not scared of that stuff.
all I want is them to make a Leon Kennedy skin for the main character, and it'll be the perfect
Oh, that'd be
Resident Evil
cool.
4 sequel.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. And then the DLC, I don't know if
And
you
then have
know.
Leon voice act too.
There's a DLC. I think it's one of the first DLCs to come out. You get to be like the butcher.
See, that's weird though. It's like DLC for a horror game.
I'm not touching
if
it.
they can market
Outlast
it,
had
right?
it. Outlast had it.
I didn't play it.
I'm not gonna play it because I'm too scared.
I didn't want to pay
I'm
for
like,
it.
this is it. This is it.
It's like-
Yeah, Outlast's DLC takes place, I think, after the events of the first game.
I'm done.
I don't know. It's like just make the second game.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right, let's move on to the news because we're about running out of time.
Okay.
We have about 8 things, and man, it was hard to get some like decent news. So I just kind
It's
of
not like you had 2 weeks.
Well,
I
it's
know.
just-
I know. You want it now.
No, I mean, yeah, you want news that's like now, but
2 weeks ago, this happened.
yeah, exactly. All right,
Nintendo releases the Wii Me.
what's that?
I'm just kidding.
Yeah, they well, Smash Brothers came out, right?
For 3DS.
3DS.
Oh,
3DS.
you know what? I could talk about that real quick.
We'll talk
Yeah.
about it next time.
Next time.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. And
Okay,
we'll bring
okay.
up Alien Isolation when you finish it. And we can talk about the complete series of Evil Within. Hopefully you're
Okay,
done by
that's I'm cool
I don't
with
know.
that.
I mean, I don't know how often I can play that because I'm playing with my friend.
Hey, when is Call of Duty dropping? 2 weeks from
11,
now?
14?
The 14th, two or threes. Okay, number 1, Middle of Earth: Shadow of Mordor is set to get free DLC, including epic runes and the ability to play as the Black Hand of Sauron.
Ooh,
I think that's cool
that's
because
interesting.
free DLC is nice, and finally, like people are like, free DLC, like
Okay.
by the gods.
But
you
they
know?
still have DLC. They still are paying
Yeah.
for DLC.
Of course. All right,
I'm not. I mean, I might play the free DLC. I don't know. I didn't play so much of that game. I don't know how many
You
hours.
just
I
play it enough to see everything it had, and
It's
you're,
just there.
You're
It's-
satisfied, and you're done.
I'm gonna try to platinum it, so I
Yeah.
hope people are saying it's an easy platinum, and we'll see.
I can see that.
Battlefield 4, the premium edition for $60, is coming to all platforms except the 360. The premium bundle will
PS3 as well.
will include
so
the
weird.
main game and all of the DLC, everything except last generation Xbox fans. Chris was actually telling me about this the other day. I was playing Mordor and we were on PS4 chat. He's like, "Yo, B, like me and Deagle and Justin are getting Battlefield 4 premiums coming out, dude. Like you should buy. I was like, no,
But
like,
I'm really confused. It's very deja vu. Didn't Battlefield 4 come out a year ago?
Yes.
yeah, and it's
Premium.
exactly.
He wants him to get it so he can play with new
Yeah,
maps
I
and
told
stuff.
him I'm gonna wait till Hardline, Rainbow Six Siege. Which, speaking of Rainbow Six Siege, real quick, they said that game, when you are, say, us three and Deagle or Chris or whoever are in a squad, right, and we storm that house and try to save that woman. Say Rich gets killed, like there's no response. Like he has to wait on the sideline until we're done.
Oh wow, that's kind of cool though.
So it brings a little bit more tension to the.
So when you lose somebody, it actually affects how you're gonna,
Rich,
Yeah,
proceed.
exactly.
Wouldn't it be funny if you play the game? I know they never do it, but like you die in the game. Make it a little easier, but
And they never let you start a
No.
new game again.
No. What they make you do is you have to wait 24 hours before you can play the multiplayer again.
Oh my god!
Or you have to create a new character.
Oh,
You have
dude.
to change your online gamer tag.
Yeah, go through all these hoops. Just
It
to
would
get-
be intense. I know it would never work, but
you
that'd
can't
be-
do that because you're paying $60 for it.
No, just get rid of the multiplayer for 24 hours, or you can't play with those
Rich,
friends.
Rich over here, the realist.
Or what they could do is they could say, "Hey, you
Or-
died. You could pay $1 to be revived now."
Or no, or what they can do is like make a specific mode. Those give you like special
like
weapons
hard
and stuff.
mode kind of deal. Like so you can't play that specific mode for 24
Yes.
hours, but you can go back to the
That would be
regular.
possible,
That's more reasonable.
And you get like special bonuses if you do it.
If
like,
you do it
get-
with and you don't die, and you get the mission.
Well, obviously, yeah.
It's kind of like the Nightfall mission.
Yeah.
Or the
All
raid, level 30
Yeah.
raid.
No,
Ready for the next one?
Yes.
Bloodborne
Yeah.
is canceled.
Oh.
No,
Yep.
Bloodborne.
No, shut up. Get out
We
of here.
realized it just wasn't a good idea. I mean,
The,
after Demons and Dark Souls 2, there's no point.
No one ever
Cancel it.
talks about those games. No one
No.
ever cares.
Yeah, they didn't get more successful.
Bloodborne's graphics, according to the Sony executive Scott Rhodey, says it is quote off the charts and it just looks
Now,
gorgeous.
as someone who didn't develop the game, it's the best looking game I've ever seen.
I will admit that it does look fucking awesome.
It does look
The
good.
colored
And it's
environments.
on. I'm watching it on shitty YouTube.
You know,
quality.
you know why it looks so good? Because you immediately compare it to what I mean. Dark Souls and Dark Souls 2 isn't a bad looking game, but at the same time, it's not pushing any boundaries of graphic quality.
No, it's not. I mean, they
So
were
when
never-
you compare Bloodborne to Demons and Dark Souls and stuff like that, graphical style and the combat and how fluid it looks, it just looks that much better. And Dark Souls was already amazing, so it's just like, oh my god.
Well, I mean, and yeah.
It's like going from Mass Effect 1 to Mass Effect 2. Whoa. You know what I mean?
It's a little bigger than that, though. But
Yeah, but you know, it's like
I
the
know
same
what you're
kind of
saying.
deal. Yeah.
I know we talked about Drive Club, but the next one is the PS Plus version, the free version, the five cars in
which
one
actually,
track.
I have an update on that. The 5 cars, they're just different colors.
Are you serious?
Same car.
was it really 5 cars? I thought it was 11. You get 11 tracks.
I don't know what the actual thing
don't
is,
know.
Bob.
Well,
I
anyways.
just know they're being cheap about it.
They are very. The PS Plus version of the game is still quote from the developer not concrete. This is a year later, and now the game has been out for what 2.5 weeks, almost 3 weeks, and it's quote the PS Plus version for us people who are trying to wait, who don't want to spend the $60 and just want to try it and
Next week, game's canceled.
have a little blind taste test. It is quote not concrete according to the lead developer and is pushed back due to server problems.
The free version is having an issue. I don't
that
get why.
game-
I don't get
No,
it.
the reason why they're doing the reason why they're having server issues and they want to make sure this is there. Don't come at me. I feel like anytime I like give bad news as a messenger, I'm gonna get the like.
Are you
hate.
sure it's not? They're just like, hey, just buy the full
No.
version. Just buy the full
No,
version.
but
Just
what
buy
you
the
want-
full version. Just buy the
we need the money. We need the money to up our server.
No, because they're
Drive Club 2 is coming out next
a lot
year.
of people.
Promise.
A lot of people have PlayStation Plus. That's a given. A lot of people have that stuff, and it's an online game. So what they're trying to do is their servers are not handling the paid version yet. So if they're going to add free to the servers, that's going to make it 100 times worse, right? So they're waiting on until that's concrete and where that's working,
No,
which
I-
makes
I
sense.
agree.
No, that
But
makes
they
sense
know
why they're
that
doing it.
Okay, but they've had access to the numbers of PS Plus. They've known forever now how many people are subscribed to PS Plus. They've had an entire year to stabilize those servers and.
Well,
put
I'm
out
not giving an
tests.
excuse. I'm
Yeah.
not giving an excuse, but this is like if I was in that company right now, if I just came today and they're telling me, it makes perfect sense why they're doing it at this moment. Because
But they knew that when the
Well,
release
you know-
date was upon us. They
well-
could have said something like,
Well,
6
number
months
one-
in, you know what? We've stress test our servers. We know we've already delayed it once. We know that we were going to release it 6 months from now, but it's probably going to be a year from now because we have to do more on the servers.
Oh my god.
but they didn't do that.
But
They,
they didn't
obviously
do
didn't do
that.
servers.
So now they're like scrambling to be like, well, we don't know.
But what are they getting it for free? I mean, what are they?
And the thing is now like the reputation like it's just gone. Like any good like karma
Exactly.
about
No,
that
yeah.
game is now
Any good.
destroyed.
Exactly.
You
Any
know?
good karma about that game and any good reputation leading up to that release
They're
is
losing,
now completely
they're
just
losing-
shattered.
And like the free version was the perfect demo for people to be like, hey, I love this game. I'm gonna buy the full version.
Exactly, and,
And
it's a failure. Dude.
I know
It
they.
failed.
I mean, they can't be happy about that.
And they're
obviously.
just losing
And
money. Every
Sony's
day
not
it's not
happy
out.
either.
They're losing money. Yeah.
And there goes. Well, how many exclusives have Sony released? They released Knack.
Last of Us.
It's Infamous, Last of Us,
Killzone.
Shadow,
Killzone.
Fall.
and now this one.
Well, they have some other
They're
ones.
gonna have
there.
one.
But I mean, as far as
They're
like the
gonna have-
big heavy hitters that have gotten amazing scores, it's The Last of Us, and that's a port over for like a PS3 game. I
They're
mean, as
still
far as
living
like
off of that game.
what's that?
They're still eating off of
Hey,
that
I know.
Stupid question. Did you ever be bummed by Flame?
game. No.
Did you, Bob? Did you beat it?
Terrible game.
I enjoyed myself. Didn't stress me out. So.
Well, yeah, because that game was like, I'm bound by flame.
I don't think it was. Honestly, it's a terrible game. Yes, I'm not gonna say it wasn't. However, I did enjoy myself.
$60 on that game.
I remember
regret
watching
every penny that I put into that. Oh my!
I remember coming over here and Chris was like, "Yeah, I just bought Bound by Flame B. Like, let's check it out." You know, he pops it in and he's like, "All right, let me."
Combat is so stiff. I guarantee you, Dragon Age will at least be better than that.
I know.
He goes to pause. He goes to pause the game, and he's like, "Oh, I gotta figure this out." And there's enemies on the screen, and it's like the tribal drum music. And then he pauses the game, and you would expect like if you pause the game, you would stop the music. The music doesn't stop.
No, you can't get away from it.
No, you can't.
Haunt you in your dreams.
You turn it off, you just hear.
All right, next one.
Wait, one more thing.
All right, what's up?
I just want to. Stupid. Evil Within. I want to mention. I forgot about this. The pausing. Like when you go through when you go through your inventory. Say you want to switch something because the bows.
Rich got laid last night.
No, he's like, no.
No, I didn't.
No, but the Evil Within. You get different bows that do different things. So if you want to change it during your time, arrows. If you want to change different times, it slows, but it's not that slow. And it sucks.
For a second I thought it was actually pausing, so I was like, "Oh, I'm fine." But then
you see the guys like running, like, oh, it's you never feel safe switching ammo. You never feel safe doing anything.
Oh my god, for real?
Yeah, it sucks. It's not as slow. It's
you have
like
to manage. You have to be like,
maybe
okay,
half the speed.
So do I want to have this weapon in a health kit, or do I want to just have all weapons because I know I'm low on ammo and I need to switch them really quick? And
But the health kit, it makes you loopy.
There's one health kit that does.
There's other ones.
There's one that's a syringe, but he's got to like stop for a second and be like.
Yeah, you're. It
just takes everything. Just kind of grinds.
Every
on
second
time
that we waste is a sign that you're scared.
Yeah.
You never.
I hate the people with dynamite.
Oh yeah.
It's so annoying.
All right, next one.
There's worse.
An Ubisoft developer for Assassin's Creed Unity calls fans, quote, asshats.
Wow, they're just making things worse for themselves, aren't they?
I'm gonna make a comeback. See, the thing is, even if they are being asshats, which I probably think they are, you don't say that. Look, if I'm a consumer, if your consumers are asshats, you don't say that to them. That's the dumbest thing. You have to be nice to be.
I don't know. Any publicity is good publicity, right? Maybe this game's gonna sell like hotcakes right now.
Oh, it'll sell like
everyone's like, is it really 30 frames? I gotta buy this.
I gotta check it out.
900p, 30 frames. Yeah. It's
all right. Well, okay. For the 900p argument, honestly, it's like
not that much of a difference.
Not that big. It's not like that huge of a difference. If it's gonna be the difference between a game running smoothly,
I'd rather have 720, 60 frames a second. I don't care. Just give me like some butter smooth.
720. It depends on the size of the TV you have.
My TV.
It's getting all weird. Like his TV, like it's gonna look bad.
It does. No, I mean,
mine is probably gonna look.
Unless it's on PC, then you can do anti-aliasing with 720p and that'll look better.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Yeah.
Nerd alert.
No, but I mean, it was funny because I just bought Borderlands. We'll talk about it next time. But I just bought Borderlands.
Next time on Talk Gaming.
Man, Rich is on fire tonight.
That's it.
Make Rich win, man.
No, but I was running.
He's hosting.
I was running it. I was like, it started. I don't know why I was in 720p when it started. I'm like. And I had the anti-aliasing on.
Did you have the highest one?
Yes, I had everything, but it had 720 resolution. Everything was up max, and I'm like,
still looked bad to you. And
I'm like, this looks like shit. I'm like, I can't believe I got to. And I switched to 1080p, and it made a huge difference. And I'm not saying I'm like huge thing with that, but with my 65-inch TV,
yeah, any TV over 55 inches and above, like 10.
Yeah, 42 inch looks solid.
50 inches even at 720p looks fine. But actually, my Xbox 360 on my bigger screen TV looks horrible.
I know. I can't. That's why I hate.
What is that?
That's why it's so nice with the PS3, the 1080p. When you actually look at it, I'm like,
the
loading speed
upscales it. That's why. That's not even. It's actually the game's actually at 720p, but then it upreses it, which is nice.
Yeah, it looks
fine.
Yeah.
Okay, ready for next one?
Yes.
With Halloween coming soon, Sony kicked off a Halloween-themed sale on the PlayStation Store. That discounts,
Halloween candy awaits.
Yep, Halloween. With discounts and of a variety of games for PS3, PS4, PSP, and PS Vita. Some of these games are some of the scarier horror genre, like Outlast, Fatal Frame. Fatal Frame I never did play, and people say that is one of the scariest games ever. Fatal Frame 2 especially, which if you try to buy it, an old school version, it's expensive, man.
So just
buy the $5 download.
While others simply have just zombies or Halloween type things like Plants vs. Zombies and Guacamelee. So
Guacamelee is not.
I don't know, Bob. I get pretty scared when I play Guacamelee.
I love Guacamelee. That was a fun game. I don't care what you say.
Yeah,
I actually never got a chance to play it.
I
heard it was very Metroidvania. kind of thing.
It's fun. I like that. It's good.
The PS4 was the U.S. best-selling console again in the month of September, increasing that streak of theirs to 9 months.
So it beat the Wii U?
Yep,
Wow.
it even beat.
It even beat the Wii U.
Yeah.
Well,
even beat
when
Sega.
Smash comes out, I wonder.
Sega Dreamcast.
No, but when Smash comes out, I wonder. I don't think they're gonna win, but they're gonna.
Smash is a big game. Don't get me wrong.
I
but
think
it's
it's
not.
when Zelda comes out.
Zelda might be the one that actually gets people
Yep.
to buy a ton of Wii U's.
And I think when Halo Master Chief 108060
Yeah.
comes out, that'll top it for sales.
That's it's very.
See, I feel like that is going to sell well, but not. It's not. I don't think it's going to push
I don't
consoles.
know,
Like
I
I think
don't know.
Halo 5 will push a lot of Xbox Ones.
I
but
think the
don't
Master Chief
Collection
Collection will do better than what Halo 5 would do. I would say that because
I don't know.
I would say that because those are. I don't know. I feel like that the older crowd, if you had the Xbox 360 and you're
I feel like,
like
the people who are already going to buy the Xbox, the Xbox One version of Halos already own an Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like they already
Well-
have it. I don't feel like it's going to be a huge
Yeah, you got your
system
dedicated
pusher.
fan
It might
base
be
and
though.
stuff.
I could be completely wrong, but
We'll
the
see.
fact
We'll
is
see.
those
We'll
games.
see, Rick.
Hold
Those
on,
games were already released.
Speaking of Bungie and all that
3-400.
shit, well, not really. I should just say strictly Bungie. Destiny was indeed the best-selling game of September, but interestingly enough, it was best sold on the Xbox One, even despite the fact that PlayStation still
Wow.
has the highest-selling console again for the 9th month in a row. Destiny, obviously being as successful it is, was higher sold.
That's funny because
On Xbox
PS4
One.
even had all the extra bells and whistles and the exclusives,
I
and
know.
the extra strikes and the extra weapons.
I know,
It's almost
that's-
as if console exclusivity is like.
well at the
unimportant.
same time. I don't know. I mean, what games have come out for the Xbox One lately that were?
Forza 2.
I guess that's true. People were kind of on a drought, so everyone who had an Xbox One immediately bought Destiny, and everyone had a PS4 was going to buy Destiny, but they also had like
Or for the fact that
Infamous.
or for the fact that people enjoyed Bungie on the Xbox Microsoft because it was never for PS, so they were already dedicated to Bungie because of
Yeah.
the old Halo ones, and which they've already previously bought Xbox One. That now that they're like they just bought it more, and people on PS4 maybe might have not been interested because they never played like you did. You might have not really cared that much.
Yep.
That's true.
So that could be another.
Xbox,
point.
Xbox people knew what Bungie was capable of. PlayStation people really didn't.
I
If you didn't have both,
PlayStation.
yeah.
And
So I think that could be a factor.
And
as
with
well.
that being said,
Good
like,
point, Bob.
I don't
Thank
see
you.
myself buying an Xbox One for Halo Chief,
about
Halo Master
Sunset Overdrive?
Master
And
Chief.
you were because you were PS3.
How do you think Sunset Overdrive is going to be?
I think it's going to be
I think it's
actually.
be as good as Infamous 2, maybe a little
I
better
think it's
multiplayer.
gonna. I told Chris today. I texted him. I said I think that Sunset Overdrive.
I don't think I'm going to get it.
I think it's going to be a better reviewed game than Infamous Second Son.
You know what? No, I don't think so. For the fact that, like, I was watching this video. I forgot it was on Kotaku or something. They were talking about, like, they did a publisher video, and I think it's actually a cool idea. So every week they're gonna have like a video in the game where it will just update you. So this guy talks and tells you what's the new updates every week and what's the like new challenges. So they're gonna have that stuff going for it. I don't know how
They'll drop that.
I don't know how long they're lasting, but it was funny when the other developers are like they had a speech for the people that are gonna review it, and it was funny. Like they would tell you, all right, I know you're gonna review this, and I know. Please think of something funnier than Sunset Overhype. You know, like when they're reviewing it. It's like I know.
They already came up with taglines not to use.
Well, it was kind of funny though. So.
That's kind of weird though.
'Cause it is
being,
hyped.
They're being defensive. I don't
Yeah.
know if
No,
it's
but
like
he did it in a joking manner. You know,
a
it's like
defensively joking man.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I mean, obviously that game is every game's overhyped. You can't say one game's not overhyped.
I can say a bunch
Maybe
of games
Bloodborne.
are
What?
overhyped.
Well, if it was very hyped.
What are you talking about?
Okay, a game that was very hyped, for example, Watch Dogs was, and that was overhyped. Like think of a
And
game.
under-delivered.
They not
Yeah,
delivered.
think of a game that
The one
didn't
I'm-
underdeliver.
Duke Nukem.
That
No, that did not.
that game was overhyped.
That did not.
Well, actually, people knew it was gonna be bad after a certain point in time.
All right, final two.
What, a game that was overhyped and delivered? Last of Us.
Was it overhyped?
It was. Naughty Dog? You kidding me? Everyone was like, Last of Us. Bow, now, now, now.
I think with,
I've honestly kind of. You know what the thing
Everyone
about
was
Last of Us?
talking about The Last of Us.
I didn't get The Last of Us.
well,
I
what
didn't-
it spread,
I didn't-
what by the time word of mouth spread, I think when it first initial hit, I think
Yeah.
you know
It sold so many copies first week. That's
Did it?
hype.
yeah.
First week or first day? I think.
First day and first week. It's the first week. It's still a long time.
I think the
It's
first
still-
day is the most important because that I would consider the overhyped thing.
It was
Because
a lot
I didn't
of
get it
copies.
as the
Grand
first
Theft
week.
Auto 5 was really hyped and it delivered.
No.
Look how much it
No.
sold. The single player campaign, not the online.
It's the best selling game of all time.
I don't know why have this gripe against. I mean, I usually don't have that.
Technically delivered. It had really good story. Had really good
That's true. It's true. It's honestly the online just drove me nuts. The single player was great. All the little features.
But the online wasn't released for another month, so you can't say you gotta wait. You gotta
Still waiting.
That was a different game.
It was, and it never delivered.
Online,
and
yeah. So Grand Theft Auto 5 and then Grand Theft Auto 5 online. So Grand Theft Auto 5 delivered. Online failed.
I mean, some
Rich,
people
you didn't even play Grand Theft Auto 5 yet.
Did not.
Get the fuck out of here. All right, hold on. Okay. Final two.
We gotta
the
wrap
developer of Paranautical Activity described by its creator...
Paranautical or nomical?
Not nautical. Paranautical.
Paranautical delivery?
All right, Rich, just shut up.
Described by its
Baby's on the way.
Described by its creators as a fast-paced first-person shooter, had its game pulled from Valve's Steam service either yesterday or today or something, after its creator posted a death threat to the company's co-founder, Gabe Newell.
Wow, pending lawsuit from Paranormal Activity.
Final one. This is kind of a long one.
That's interesting.
Final one, but it's kind of a long one. You know, PS4 2.0 firmware update.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be fun.
I don't know
backgrounds.
I don't know when they're releasing
They
that.
haven't updated it. I mean, to my knowledge, they haven't actually said the date.
2019.
Shit, I hope it's soon. Well, anyways, we'll include, PS3 styled custom themes, and you can change your background color. Ooh. PS4 will now recommend new friends for you to add to your friend list.
It's like Facebook.
I don't want that.
A new slew.
They're going to probably use Facebook to do that.
Yep.
Yeah.
A new slew of voice commands can be used if you use your PS camera, kind of like a Kinect,
or your headset.
Or your headset. Yes, correct. You can finally use a USB hard drive to play music-specific file extensions. So whatever,
cool.
If you're into that.
Microsoft does the same thing.
Adding PS Plus games to your library will be more streamlined and easier to use for PS Plus users.
Hopefully, you can just go to your library and see the free ones, and you can just download them.
That's streamlined. It's way more easier now.
Yeah, because right now it's like I
have to go there. Where's the game? Where's the game? Where's the game? Search for the game. That's not the game. I already have PS Plus. I don't need to buy it again.
Yeah, then I click on it and I want to go there. And we are pretty we're not idiots around games. I mean, we're not, and we slightly struggle. Think about people that are new to this. They're gonna be like, "Oh, I thought there was new games." You know,
guess I'm not playing Dust. I actually had to search for Dust.
Dust, I had to click on the trailer that brought me there, and that was the only way to get it.
I had to search for PT. Like I had to.
PT was not there.
PT was actually a teaser though. It was designed to be like, "What the hell is this?" Like people found like a piece of candy, like, "Ooh, piece of candy."
Yeah. A couple more. Easier, streamlined broadcasting, game saves, photos, videos can now be stored on an external hard drive for safekeeping.
Too late, I already did that with the Elgato.
Oh, I forgot to say
And final, the content area will be cleaned up extensively during player activity. So when I play Shadow of Mordor and you press down and it shows like all the activity of, say, you guys, what you've been playing.
It'll be faster.
It'll be just more easier on the eyes, more aesthetically pleasing looking. It'll be cleaned up. They said cleaned up extensively.
Okay. Will it be able to stream, like dual stream audio? Will it split it on its own?
Shit, I don't know.
Because right now I have to split it manually for recording like on Elgato, which is kind of annoying. I mean,
Mr. Roboto.
For people that don't have a mix amp to split, it's very annoying. So I'm wondering if they're gonna fix that.
I know, that's what I've been thinking about.
It is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like Mr. Bob on his YouTube account.
Yeah, Mr. Bob. Check out Mr. Bob. It's not a real YouTube account. It probably is, but it's not me. So don't listen to it.
Mr. Bob. He's got 15 million subscribers. You're like, oh god, what?
I should be Mr. That's a good name.
I should be Mr. Bob.
Honestly, that's a rock solid name. Please don't take it, podcast people. Mr. Bob's right here. That's my new name. No more Bob. Mr. Bob's here.
Oh, I've
right now. Mr. Bob is here.
Bob. No, you're always Bob to us.
Mr. Bob's here. I've already. It's Mr. Bob now.
Mr. Bob. His name is Mr. Bob.
Okay. Two things. Number one.
Podcast over. We're ending it like that.
Mr. Bob here again. Number one, I was. Who are you talking to?
Mr. Bob is here right now.
Whoa. You know Mr. Bob?
Oh, it's Seventh Sword. I don't want to hear it.
Your dinner is free.
Mr. Bob.
Mr. Bob's money's no good here.
Yeah.
We don't
Mr. Bob, right this way, mister.
All right.
Mr. Bob and the Seventh Sword, let's plays.
That's good. Yeah, see? Look at that. Mr. Bob's here. Mr. Bob.
Actually, it'd be cool if I ever do it with you. Like, I have Mr. Bob as
see? There's so much better than Bob.
Oh, dude.
Mr.
You should make a YouTube channel just to see if that name's taken.
I'm going to take it. Don't take it now. Actually, I could take it before you.
YouTube.com/Mr.
Mr. Bob.
Mr. Bob.
Sorry. Okay.
It's totally taken.
I know. Upload video. So I was on Microsoft, and there was this thing called Upload. You've probably heard of Upload.
Upload Studio.
Upload Studio. But anywho, what I really like about it is you can watch like these Upload people. There's like people that work for Upload, and they make their own and make their top 10s of like searching games and stuff, and show like quick reviews. And
wait. So it sounds very familiar. Some sort of Let's Play channel.
Yes,
some sort of tube.
Yes, but it's cool that it's cool that it's on the system, and then you can actually look at videos. Like there's just so much nicer to look at videos and see what's trending and see all that other stuff, and it's just really interesting to have that on the system. I didn't know it had it because I haven't actually played my
I uploaded a video to it
Xbox
once.
One.
I never saw it again.
Oh, but anyway, I'm just saying though, it's really cool that they have it, and I think it's a good job. It's so people can watch videos, people can upload videos, and then they have this whole server. So I think I'm gonna give props for Microsoft or Xbox One for that, and I think it's a really cool idea. So congratulations, Microsoft. This is one of the best things I've seen you do.
You just need more games on your console.
Yeah, you need more games, and
I mean their biggest release coming up is a release of old games.
Sunset Overdrive. That's like an Infamous, but we don't really have any big games right now for a PS4. I mean,
we're gonna have a locked November.
We're not a PlayStation fan team. PC. What about PC? Anything? I don't really know anything that's coming out.
Oh,
well, I mean everything that's coming out for consoles is coming out for PC.
Yes, I mean
just some indie games. I mean,
the only thing I can really think of is like Dragon Age, Assassin's Creed Unity, Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto 5, and
Lords
what
of
am
the
I
Fallen.
missing?
I'm really looking forward to Ghost Song.
Is anyone looking?
I don't even know when that's going to be released.
What about Lords of the Fallen? I was excited for it. I think it'll be fun.
I've lost a little bit of excitement
because of Bloodborne.
Just because
too many games.
There's just so many games. It's like, what am I going to do? Like, I mean, I don't know.
I'm gonna wait for the review. I guess.
It's just like because on my Let's Play channel, I'm doing Alien right now, right? So it's detracting from my Zelda and my Metroid. But it's like, do I go back to those now when I'm done with Alien, or do I move forward and do like Lords of the Fallen, stuff like that? I don't know. I can't do everything at once.
I don't know. We just more time in the day. Are we out?
Yeah, we're done.
Mr. Bob is here with the seventh sword.
Bob.
And some Mr. Bob. I don't know why I keep saying that. And we have J-Bone.
J-Bob.
J-Bob.
Or J-Bob.
And Bob.
We have the seventh Bob.
The seventh Bob.
And Mr. Bob.
And then
signing
Bob.
out. Peace. We can talk all day. We're not going to get into this. J-Bone, you have anything else?
That's it.
All right.
That's it, I'm done.